West Ham 0, Manchester City 2. We have gotten rid of the first day of the season curse, and we have won on the opening day. We've got our 3 points. We're off the mark, and the man that will get all the headlines is Erling Haaland. 2 goals. There was question marks over whether City could get this to click quick enough and get it, right in time. And we will talk about that because there is some issues that we won't want to talk about, or conversation worth having about the way we played today at times. But Erling Haaland, man, he steals the headlines. 2 goals. He won the penalty. He scored the penalty, and then that De Bruyne link up with Haaland for the second goal was a work of art. Joe, a mixed performance in my opinion, but we got the result, and there were some names worth talking about.
Second half FC, we're back again. It's taken 1 game into the Premier League season until we're back performing with sort of 1 below par half and then 1 above par half. Overall, it was good. We dominated the ball. It was slow at times. Obviously, it quickened up in the second half, but in terms of, what I was expecting, it was probably above what I expected. I mean, I think we won on opening day last year, and then we go and I think no, we didn't. We lost to Tottenham. It was the year before. We actually won away at Wolves. So we normally do start a bit slow. It's good to get the win. West Ham, tough side. They proved really difficult, especially in the first half. They were really good defensively. They were really, really well organised. They packed out the middle of the pitch. They packed out the penalty area. It was difficult, really, to get any sort of clear opportunity at times. Lucky breakthrough with the penalty. I think the Gundogan pass for the penalty was slightly overhit. I mean, it's just lucky that Haaland has really long legs and is incredibly quick. And then again, second goal, pass from De Bruyne, inch perfect, and again, he didn't even have to take a touch. He just shot, he just rolled it underneath the goalkeeper. That's the thing that we have been missing for so long, and to be honest, I don't really know how to react initially because I'm just so not used to it. I'm so numb to seeing Sterling run through and just hit the goalkeeper or put it wide or something, but it's amazing to see, and obviously this is great for him. After Liverpool, this is great for him to get off the mark with 2 goals. Could have had a hat-trick, but Pep's a spoilsport and took him off. But no, we're all set for Bournemouth next week. Hopefully he'll carry on scoring the goals. And it was all round, it was solid. 3 points, 3 points. I'm not going to turn my nose up at it.
It was kind of a tale of 2 halves, really, because we were saying on our watch-along that in the first half, it was a bit slow, a bit lethargic. West Ham, you have to give them credit. They set up very well. They really congested that middle of the pitch sort of area, especially in their own box. They gave Haaland absolutely no space. They were obviously very cautious of Erling Haaland, and it was a bit frustrating to watch at times. And we were going down the left, and Grealish wasn't taking his man on properly. But then the second half, it really kicked into gear, and we looked like a completely different team, if you ask me. It looked like it was starting to click properly. 5 subs made, that is unheard of from Pep Guardiola. Palmer, Phillips. It was great to see them, and Alvarez Premier League debut. It was great to see. The second half was a lot better, Joe, basically.
Yeah, second half was a lot better. I don't know whether that was down to the fact that, again, we were kind of expecting the first 10 minutes, which was the case, first 10, 15 minutes to be a little bit slow, maybe put under a little bit of pressure by West Ham, which we were. We had that mad sort of in the first 5 minutes, they had a corner and it was all over the place. Edison missed it and it was almost, it was on the goal line, just quickly, just someone get it out. But after that, it was relatively calm. West Ham didn't really cause that much of a trouble. Edison was forced into a couple of saves in the second half where the game just opened up a little bit more. Naturally, as it would, because one of them, we were only 1-0 up, so West Ham had to come forward. And one of them, I think we were 2-0 up at the time, and it was offside. Great save from Skamaka's header. I mean, he was offside, so it didn't really matter, but that's been a criticism of Edison from a long time, is that he's not the best shot stopper, and he made a couple of good saves. Now, I think his distribution maybe was slightly under what we come to expect from him, but I think everybody's was. I think the passing today in general was just a bit slow. It wasn't perfect. It's not going to be perfect just yet. It was a lot of either overhit passes that went out or underhit passes. There were a few crosses from Cancelo and De Bruyne that just went out of play to no one. I don't know who they were aiming for, but with time that will hopefully get better for a first game of a season where, like we keep saying, we normally start slow. We have started slow for the last couple of years. We started slow against Liverpool. We even started really slow against West Ham. We did all right. We did okay. We came away with the win. We didn't look too much under pressure. We didn't look too much like losing, which is a great thing. And, it's only going to be up from here.
It is crystal clear with City right now that we are transitioning or changing our style of play and maybe formation, all that kind of thing, and you just have to bear with that. You have to be patient with that because that always takes time. We've played in a certain form, in a certain system for so long now, obviously without a striker altogether, and that's the way we're used to. There was times today with De Bruyne where it didn't work for him. The passes weren't going the way he would like, and it's just a matter of getting used to it. But we saw the signs through that second goal with Haaland. That one of the best passes you'll see, honestly, work of art. And then Haaland finishes it nicely. It's just going to take time, and you have to bear with it. It's never easy transitioning to a new style of play. But if we can get that to click soon, and when it does click, I think it's going to be absolutely insane to see this. There's a huge amount of goals here for Erling Haaland if we can keep going this direction, Joe.
Yeah, but it is again maintaining that consistency, finding that consistency within the players, which again it's going to come as time progresses, as people like De Bruyne, Gundogan, Grealish, Foden, Bernardo, they learn which positions Haaland likes to take up, how he likes to get into those positions. He's a very quick player. He likes to play on the last man. Against a team like West Ham, maybe it's not that much of an option because they did play kind of deep, especially when we decided to break into their half. They dropped off a lot. But it's a thing against Liverpool that it really, really annoyed me because Liverpool play such a high line and Haaland was in behind multiple times and we just couldn't pick him out for the life of us. It's something that, again, I think, I said it on the stream, I think De Bruyne's sort of come away the last 2 years with the burden of almost having to score goals because no one else is consistently scoring goals. And that's almost kind of decreased his playmaking because he's kind of, he's put it behind him and gone and taken up a new responsibility. And now that responsibility of scoring goals is no longer his, that's not his role, he might just need a few games just to get back up to speed. And now I have my doubts, of course, that it might not get to how he was a couple of years ago when he equaled that assist record. But it's promising. He found that ball in behind today. His passing picked up in the second half. He had a good link up with Foden. I think Foden's a player that we haven't mentioned yet that I'd quite like to mention because he didn't get the ball enough for me. He made things happen when he got the ball. I think he was very bright when he got the ball. In the first half, he didn't really get it. And I think that right-hand side as a whole was just really, really underused. And I think that is something that we need to try and use more, the versatility using left, right. We tried to force it down the left, and Grealish, he wasn't bad today. I will not say he was bad. He wasn't bad. He was okay. He was a bit unlucky at times.
He was class.
But I think you just need to switch it up at times because when he wasn't making something work for Haaland, I think then you switch it up. You go down the right and you see Foden can make something happen or De Bruyne can make something happen. It seemed at times, we said it early on as well, sort of 20 minutes in, we were almost forcing it into him to try and make something happen for him, which isn't really going to work because teams can catch on to that and they could just crowd him out in the box and then we're stuck just, what do we do? What do we do? So again, I think it's just time. We do have to be patient. It got better as the game goes along, and I'm expecting it to be a little bit better against Bournemouth.
Look, overall, it wasn't the worst performance in the world. It was just a case of us understanding that it's a bit of a change and things, transition happening and that kind of thing. But overall, we're happy out. 3 points, open day of the season. Our new golden boy striker is off the mark on his tally. It's a good day all round, and we move on to Bournemouth next week. Get down below in the comments and let us know your thoughts on the game overall. I think there's a lot to talk about. There's plenty of things people will be talking about from that game. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you this week with some more videos. Good night and God bless.